The 2025 storm season recap, guys. That's exactly what we're doing today. We're going over all of the greatest adventures and storm chases from this past storm season of 2025. I think we started all the way back in the beginning of April, and we haven't seen a tornado since the end of July. I've been kind of retired these last couple weeks, last month. I've been doing other things, fishing, remodeling the house, getting ready to roll for next year, and kind of getting the whole YouTube thing underway. So with that being said, we'll jump right into it, guys. The recap of the 2025 storm chasing season by Verns Valley. I lied. So our first storm chase of the year was March 13th, guys. Super early. Normally I don't get out till around April, around the wife's birthday, which happens to be Earth Day, my favorite day, one of my favorite days of the year, because it's the wife's birthday, and we're getting close to storm season, so, it's a win-win. So, first chase day, March 13th. Me and my great buddy, Nick Rates, we decided to go on, first adventure of the year. So, we finagled our way down to southern Iowa. We were near the Oskaloosa area, south of Des Moines, and we were waiting on storms. Now, the way this setup was all working was an arc. Supposed to be an arc of supercells that were supposed to happen that afternoon. Well, we didn't have enough humidity, not enough moisture, not enough dew points, guys. The dew points were in the low 50s. The models were showing in the 60s. So if that were the case, we would have had a crazy start to the year on March 13th. But that did not happen. We had some high base storms, so we kind of just hung out. And afterwards, we decided, I shouldn't say even afterwards, we were waiting for storms to fire up, but they weren't firing. We decided to hit up the local casino in Oskaloosa. Well, my last $20 I threw into a machine after these old folks left, and guess what? Good old Damo pulled the whopping $1,100 win. Good old Major. And biggest casino one I've gotten to this day. So $1,100 off a Major jackpot, and we hightailed the fuck out of there. So that was a good day. We didn't see no tornadoes, but Damo did win some money, so that's a plus. Whatever. You win some, you lose some. We kind of lost, and we kind of won that day. So fast forward rough 5 weeks, we stumbled upon April 17th, guys. A couple days before the wife's birthday, I found myself in quite the predicament. It was, obviously the night before, and I was like, I wonder if I should go to Nebraska tomorrow. There's enhanced risk, pretty good tornado threat, and I was like, you know what? I've been in Nebraska in a few years. I haven't had a good storm chase in Nebraska in a few years, so I was like, fuck it, rolling the dice tomorrow. So I left at roughly 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, and I trekked 8.5 hours to the west side of Lincoln, Nebraska, right in the smack dab center out there, and I waited patiently in my nice lawn chair, waited for the clouds to erupt. And I waited patiently, and boy, does patience pay off, guys. We had 3 tornadoes. Now, we'll see a few, right? We'll picture a few. They're not condensed, but they did touch the ground. So just because you can't see them with the naked eye does not mean they did not touch the ground and, confirm it as a tornado. So we did see 3 that day. It was a wild day. We got on the southern east side of a supercell and just decided to track it all the way until we hit the I forget what river that is, whatever the river is, on the Iowa and Nebraska border. It really fucked me, guys, because I was smack dab in the center, and either I had to drive 45 minutes to the north or 52 minutes to the south. I remember this very specifically in order to get straight across to that river. So we were screwed that day. We could have seen a major nocturnal wedge that actually, did initiate a PDS tornado warning for the western part of Iowa. So we missed out on that, but I do not like chasing at night, let alone with these glasses and my stigmatism. Count me out. You add some rain to that, places I haven't driven before, no, cut me out. So that was our wonderful Nebraska chase day on April 17th, 2025. Well, this next storm chase brings us to the wilderness woods of Wisconsin, guys. On May 14th, we decided to trek our happy butts to the border of Minnesota and Wisconsin for a crazy, adventurous afternoon. Again, this was supposed to be an arc of supercells, and there was actually a lot of humidity around for this setup. So we were feeling great. The Storm Prediction Center went ahead, it did their whole severe thunderstorm watch, tornado watches, and I was ready. So we had an arc of supercells right away. And with the arc of supercells, you just need a tangle on the back southeast side or south side, southwest side, however you want to say it, the back side, because they're moving northeast. So that's all you have to do is hang out on the back end of them. So that is exactly what I did. I had a tornado cross right in front of me. And you got that, and I'll show that. But we also had another monster tornado a few miles away erecting. Yeah, that's what I said. Erecting from a huge supercell, and I could visibly see it. And so it was a crazy day. So we saw 2 tornadoes in Wisconsin, and that was, if you've ever been to Wisconsin storm chasing, you know that it's a little sketchy out there in the rolling hills, the cliffs, and all the woods. Before you know it, the tornado's on top of you. And then you're like, oh, shit, man. But that was not me in that case. So the good Lord watched over me over in the wicked wilderness woods of Wisconsin, and we saw 2 tornadoes that day. So with that being said, we are rolling into the favorite storm chase of the year, maybe even perhaps of my life. No, nothing will ever come close to the June 14th, 2022. I'll never forget that day when I met Reed Timmer in Wisconsin on the cross, on the rest stop of I-90, and a few hours later, I met myself a monster wedge tornado. I'll never forget that day. So, but this year was by far my favorite storm chase year. Was in Kansas. So we'll get right into it. So my favorite day from this year, guys, was May 18th in Kansas and Oklahoma. I was pretty much in Oklahoma, but I was in Kansas. I was right on the border. I was probably I could see Oklahoma. That's how close I was. Now, this day started off very, very melancholy, you could say. Sad, right? Like, why do you think it's sad? Man, I have never, ever experienced a chase afternoon so foggy before. I'll try to instill a clip here, just show you guys how foggy it actually was. But I'm not kidding. It was 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and the temperature outside was 75 degrees under the cloud cover, and the dew point was 72. Like, it was so humid, so foggy. You couldn't even tell where the base of the storm was. So, miraculously, God put us in the right place at the right time, and we saw a monster wedge tornado. I think the official rating on it was an EF3. My apologies for that dog. Just bumped the desk. But yeah, EF3, guys. It was on the ground, I think, for about 15 minutes. We saw it cross the road right in front of us, and it veered off to the northeast, so we were safe, but we got some amazing footage from that day. By far, my best chase of this year. For just overall experience, for photography, for footage, it was by far the greatest day. Now, on the way home, it was long. I think it was almost 9.5 hours to get home. I didn't get home until 5:30 the next morning. The wife was pissed. I almost got a speeding ticket. I got my consequences on the way home. But that did not take away from the great time I had in Kansas.
Holy fuck, dude! This is what I fucking live for, dude!
So, I hope you guys did like that little clip, because Kansas, man. If you ever have an opportunity to go to Kansas, just do it. Hopefully you all admire it and love it as much as I do, because boy, oh boy, the open fields, the open plains of Kansas is sure something else storm chasing other than here in Minnesota. Now, this last storm chase of the year, guys, was not that far from home at all. 10 minutes, tops, far from home. You could probably see it from your window in Mankato. I'm sure you saw it all over the news, and I just so happened, by the grace of the good Lord, I made it on national news. That's how good I was that day. So I left work at Janesville at 6 o'clock, and I made my way to the east side of New Ulm, and that's where I set up. And I got this beautiful tornado. So right away, these storms had a nice base to it. I could tell right away that this was more of a mature cell than anything that I've seen in Minnesota this last couple months. So started spinning up. We got a tornado warning. We saw a funnel. We saw all sorts of stuff. And then all of a sudden, bam, a nice little skinny rope came down and touched into the fields over by New Ulm and by Nicollet. We should say Nicollet because it was pretty much by Nicollet. So that tornado put us at number 10 for the year. If you guys were like, oh, I wasn't at 10, I will show you pictures and videos. I am at 10 for the year, guys. So that was the last tornado I've seen this year of 2025, was the Nicollet little skinny, itty, mini tornado. That wasn't, they didn't even give it a rating. You can go on the National Weather Service and they don't even have no damage rating. They have nothing for it. Big disappointment, National Weather Service. Losers! So with that being said, I really hope you guys watched all the way to the end. I really appreciate it a lot. It means a lot to me. Helps grow the channel. Helps it all. I really do appreciate you staying till the end. So if you do like it that much, please like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you here next time with another video. Maybe another weather update. Maybe another fishing update. Maybe another recreational cannabis update. So hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your week. Enjoy this heat, I guess. There's a little bit of cool off coming tomorrow with a little bit of a cold front, but looks like we get dumped on with rain instead. So we'll see you guys here next time at Verns Valley, and have a good rest of your week.